Welcome to this episode of Selling Life and Annuities. I'm Randy Pearson, Vice President of Life and Annuities for Gordon Marketing. And today I'm sitting here with Brendan Crook, one of our top annuity marketers. And today we're going to be talking about navigating the Secure Act, what annuity agents need to know. So be sure and stay tuned. All right, Brendan, so the Secure Act. Somehow I suspect there's a lot of annuity agents out there that don't even know anything about the Secure Act and how it impacts their annuity sales. Can you give us a brief synopsis of the Secure Act?
Yeah, so first of all, it came about in December of last year, 2019, before all the craziness.
Uh-huh.
What it was a very largely voted for bipartisan bill that was designed to help Americans save more for retirement.
All right, very good. And so certainly a noble cause, helping people save more for retirement. How does the Secure Act more directly impact the annuity industry and annuity agents?
Yeah, so really specifically talking about the annuity industry, there's a couple things, and you can always give me a call to get more of the details. But some of those changes were that the RMD age, or the required minimum distribution age, did change from 70 and a half to 72.
Okay.
And so what that means is that clients are able to defer those taxes for a longer period of time now before they have to start taking distributions.
Okay. So not a significantly longer
Not
period of time,
significant, but they did give something.
Yeah, but a little bit longer. So I heard bantered about, or maybe I heard you speaking to an agent about this out in 10 rule or something. I mean, what is that and how does that work?
Yeah, so one real big strategy that was utilized before the Secure Act was what's called a stretch IRA.
I've heard about that. Yeah, familiar with stretch IRAs.
Yeah, and so the big thing there was a beneficiary of a IRA upon the decease of the owner of the IRA. They would then, as the beneficiary, be able to take lifetime income no matter at what age you were. So you can imagine that really spreads out the tax implication for that beneficiary. Mm-hmm. And what the Secure Act did, it chopped it off.
So eliminated it completely. All right, so we can no longer do stretch IRAs.
You can do spousal. So where you run into the part where this changes is non-spousal stretch IRAs.
Okay, all right. So the alternative now is a non-spousal stretch IRA to the traditional stretch IRA concept.
So you can't do a non-spousal.
Oh, you cannot do a non-spousal.
Yeah.
Okay.
They took it away completely. And so that's where the out in 10 rule applies. So now as a beneficiary, if I am not a spouse and I receive beneficiary money from an IRA, I have to take all those distributions within 10 years.
Okay. All right, very good. What other changes? Are there other dramatic changes or features of the Secure Act that advisors need to know about?
Not really that apply to the annuity world. Really the big one is the elimination of that non-spousal stretch IRA and having to take that income within 10 years because Uncle Sam wants those tax money, right?
All right. So are there specific annuity products that are better suited to address the needs of the consumer under these new Secure Act rules?
Yeah, so that's a great question. One I'm sure most agents would want to know, right? Yeah. So it is very limited. So there's a couple different strategies you can do. Really, the big point of this is stretching out the tax implication as long as you can, right? So you're not just paying a very large lump sum. Mm-hmm. So you could do a 5 or a 7 year annuity product with most carriers, and they'll accept that. But if we can do a 10-year annuity and a carrier can accept that, then we're really letting not only that money grow, but really dividing up the distribution there for tax purposes and really saving the client. And it's a very limited amount of carriers that can do that. So any of you agents that do have that kind of business laying around, please do reach out to me, and I'd love to share that information with you.
All right. So the Secure Act, what can be a fairly complicated subject matter, I'm sure we've got some information that we can distribute to agents to help simplify that fairly complicated subject matter, right?
Correct. I got a one-pager that would be perfect in explaining a lot of the details that a client might want to know.
Excellent. Excellent. So if you're an advisor watching this video, and you're either in the annuity side of the business or want to get into the annuity side of the business, reach out to us. more specifically, reach out to Brendan Crook and he can help you, A, understand how annuities can impact your practice and best fit your clients' needs, as well as understand better the Secure Act and the implications to you, your clients, and your business. But with that, we're going to call this episode of Selling Life and Annuities to an end. I'm Randy Pearson, and I've got Brendan Crook with me here. We stand ready to help you grow your life and annuity sales. Make sure you reach out to us. Do me a favor, by the way, click subscribe at the bottom of this video so you'll make sure to be notified every time a new Selling Life and Annuities video comes out. For that, have a great day. We'll see you next time.